Hello everyone. Welcome to this video on artificial intelligence by PamTen. So you would have heard of the term artificial intelligence and must be wondering what exactly is it. So friends, you've come to the right video to learn about artificial intelligence. Now I'll start off by asking a very simple question. What is it that makes humans intelligent? Well, we humans can learn, and on the basis of what we've learned, we can solve new problems, isn't it? So consider a scenario where we have a machine and this machine is able to learn, and on the basis of what it has learned, it can solve new problems without any human intervention. Isn't that amazing? And this, my friends, is the field of artificial intelligence. So simply put, AI is a field of computer science where a machine can learn on its own, and on the basis of what it has learned, it can solve new problems. And the important part is there is no human intervention over that. So we've understood what AI is. Let's look at some really good artificial intelligence examples. So I'll start off by a self-driving car. So how does this self-driving car actually work? Well, it works on the principle of reward and penalty. Now, let's say we have the self-driving car and it is going straight and there is a barricade in front of it. So it has two options, either go straight and hit the barricade or either turn left or right. So if it goes straight and hits the barricade, it'll be penalized. On the other hand, if it goes left or right, it'll be given a reward. And the aim of this self-driving car is to maximize the rewards. And this is how the AI behind the self-driving car works. Then we have chatbots. I'm sure all of you must have used Siri or Cortana or some other chatbot in your life. So let's say if you ask a simple question to Siri, hey Siri, tell me what is the distance between the Earth and the Sun. It'll immediately tell you the result. Next up, we have a recommendation engine. So let's take Netflix recommendation engine. So you watch a lot of sitcoms. So if you watch maybe Big Bang Theory, on the basis of what you've seen, you'll be recommended similar genres. So if you watch Big Bang Theory, you'll be maybe suggested Friends. If you watch Friends, maybe you'll be suggested How I Met Your Mother. And that is how a recommendation engine works. We've looked at some really good AI examples. Now let's look at the subsets of artificial intelligence. So we have AI. Under AI, we have something called as ML, which is machine learning. And under ML, we have something called as deep learning. Now, you can also say that machine learning and deep learning are ways through which you can achieve artificial intelligence. So let's understand all of this well. We'll start off by machine learning. Now, how does a kid, so let's say you have a toddler or a kid and you're teaching him what is a dog, right? So if you're maybe 2 or 3 years old and you're supposed to teach a kid, this is a dog, this is a cat, what do? You show a picture of a dog to this kid and tell this kid that this is a dog. Again, you will show a new picture of a dog to this kid and that kid will learn. Now, whenever this kid sees a real dog in his life, he automatically knows that this is a dog. Just showing him a picture and adding the label DOG. Now, the kid is able to associate the image with the label. So that is how we learn as human beings. Now, if you're supposed to do the same thing with the machine, what you do is you keep on feeding these images of dogs to the machine, and it will learn all of these characteristics of a dog. So this machine will learn that a dog has a tongue like this, it has a face like this, it has 2 ears, and so on. Right? So it learns all of the features of this dog. And once it learns, it'll be given a new picture of a dog. And when this new picture of a dog is given to it, it will basically compare this picture of a dog with whatever it has learned. And if it is the same, if it understands that this is the same, it will say that this is a dog. Again, the same principle is working over here. So what you do is you feed it a label and also add an image along with it or data along with it. So data plus label, and that is how machine learning works. We understand what machine learning is. Now we'll go deeper and understand what deep learning is. The deep learning is a subset of machine learning. And what happens in deep learning is we are trying to mimic the human brain. So we have a human brain over here, or the brain neuron over here, and this brain neuron basically comprises of three parts. You have something called as a dendrite. So this part which you see over here, this is a dendrite. This is called as an axon, and this is your nucleus. All of your inputs are reached through the dendrites. Your processing happens through the nucleus. And once the processing happens, the processed result is sent to the connecting neuron through this axon. And this artificial neuron basically tries to mimic this human neuron. So here we have our input layer, hidden layer, and the output layer. So all of the inputs, whatever we have to process, that is sent in the input layer. All of the processing happens in the hidden layer, and the output goes to the output layer. So this is how a artificial neuron works. And when you connect multiple of these artificial neurons together, what you have is a deep neural network. And you use this deep neural network to basically perform deep learning tasks. We've understood what exactly is deep learning. Now we'll understand the different types of deep learning method. So we have something called as discriminative AI, and then we have generative AI. Generative AI is in a lot of buzz these days, so we'll come to it. Before that, we'll understand what is discriminative AI. So we'll understand this through this example. So we'll call this detective AI and artistic AI. You can consider discriminative AI to be detective AI. It basically detects things from the data which you input to it. So let's say if you will take the same ML example. So if you feed it an image of a dog, it will tell you that this is a dog. That is how discriminative AI works. And maybe if you give it a text in English, it will tell you that this is in English. If you ask it maybe what is 2 plus 2, it will tell you 4. So what generative AI does is it is able to create new things from whatever it has learned. Now, instead of maybe just taking in the image of a dog and telling that this is a dog, what it can do is it can produce new images of dogs, or it can write an entire story of a dog. So, this is how generative AI works. Now, there's a lot of buzz again about large language models. These large language models are the building blocks of your generative AI. So you have large language models and large image models. So your ChatGPT is basically an LLM. Let's understand how this works. And since this comes under your generative AI, what happens over here is you have your LLM, and consider this LLM to be a really, really smart model, and it has been trained on lots and lots and lots of data. So maybe this consider this LLM to have read all the books that have ever existed in the world. And now that it has read all the books that have ever existed in the world, when you ask this LLM to maybe write a new story about a dog, what this does is, on the basis of whatever it has learned, it tries to predict the next word or the next sentence. So when I say artistic ability, it is not creating the story on its own. It has learned something, and on the basis of what it has learned, it tries to predict the new word. So, folks, this is all about your large language model. So, in this video, we've basically understood what AI is. We've looked at some really interesting artificial intelligence examples, and we've looked at the subsets of AI, which are ML and DL. And then we've looked at the different types of deep learning and finally understood what a large language model is. So thank you for watching this video. And if you've liked this video, do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.